Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. By a clock that's 7 minutes past. On the 7th of June, 2020. Sunday. Yes, and here's our meeting. I got called at us early. I haven't even done litters yet. I did have breakfast, though. I got called in the spirit to get up. Yeah, I was angry. He's enraged this morning. He's kind of emotional sometimes, and you find that out when you start kicking it with him and you develop a relationship with him. And him, her, I don't know. I perceive him as like transgender. To me, he has all the emotions of both genders. But yeah, it's like he didn't even want me to do litters before this. It's like I was gonna, it's like I got to him late the last couple of days, so it's like the kiddies are still using them, their morning stuff. So it's like it would be premature. I talk about this stuff so that you understand that I'm a real minister. I'm not somebody standing behind a pulpit or, behind a camera perpetuating a fraud to you. I really am engaged in down on your hands ministry, where I'm on my hands and knees, sifting litters for cats. I'm feeding homeless animals. I have rescue kitties. I have an operation going. It's totally underfunded because of, what we have going against it, man. I mean, we have churches full of entities against this. And a thought that hit my mind this morning over breakfast: how could you end up in a ripple effects time loop unwittingly without even realizing you did it? Be on the phone with somebody or texting somebody while they're driving. Yeah. Because, they might get distracted by you and drive over a flock of baby ducklings, for example. And then they got to get time looped as them ducklings for causing their hurt. They're driving down the road. Their focus is supposed to be on the road and stuff on the side of the road that might get in front of them. So if you see an animal on the side of the road that might get in front of you, you are obligated to slow down and be prepared to stop. Did you know that? Oh, you didn't? You find that out in the time loops when you die. Yeah. That they put your irresponsible ass behind the wheel, give you a license, and you don't even know to yield for wildlife if you can. Now, if you're going to cause an accident with other humans, you got no choice but to just plow into the wildlife. That's different. But like if you're all distracted and stuff, and they were walking in front of you, half a mile down the road, you could see them, but you weren't looking. That's your time loop. And then whoever was distracting you, because, there's time and place for everything. And what they tried to do to you is destroy your mentality of time and place, proper scruples, sophistication, proper human sophistication. It started with, just stealing it away from you. It started with Madonna, and it's worked its way down ever since. And it's always been there in the church, okay? I mean, look at how good people were acting when they couldn't go to those pedophile playgrounds and congregate. Every church you look at is full of people that are adulterous, pedophilic, or condoning of it, because they know that they're there with other people who are that way. So they're condoning it, you see, because they're rolling with it, you see. So that's their demographic, that's birds of a feather, that mentality. And then the church doesn't stand against it. They don't rebuke it. They actually foment it and condone it. That's why you can't find any of God's real people in one of these buildings this morning. It's Sunday morning. You won't find any of God's real people that God's connected with, that he talks to, that he utilizes here. You don't find them at church, okay? I mean, we're judged by those people, all right? I mean, for real, how do you look down your nose at somebody who you couldn't abide by boundaries, you had to go, they're retarded and their wife is retarded. And they've been assigned by God to a ministry, something God has them doing together. And the retarded guy has put up with the retarded woman being vertically challenged, whatever, just can't stay erect, can't say no to other guys, you know what I'm saying? Cuckoldy, adulteress, whatever, It's like, put up with it, because, it was what God wanted. And, build a ministry with this person. Okay, so then that's a ministry partner. It couldn't be a wife, but it could be a good ministry partner, you see? Yeah, it's like, how do you, look down your nose at somebody like that that's what you had to give for a woman. You couldn't even go get your own woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had to take advantage of the, that. And, how there was a bear fag named Ben and a pseudo-Christian named Ann on either side of this person pumping their negative shit into her already feeble mind, because, you're feeble-minded if you're hooked up with somebody and you won't be faithful to them. You are feeble-minded. Maybe you were molested. Maybe you're seeking that secret cheap thrill you got when you kept Grandpa, Daddy, and Uncle Frank's secrets, right? So now you're just trying to relive that with every dude you see, and even women too, probably, behind your significant other's back, Your significant other deserves better than that. You won't even share those experiences with them. Let them be there, watch it, participate, or even know about it. You ain't even gonna tell them details. You should be filming shit at least and showing them the video. Hey, this is what I really am. Do you love me? See, because you see these people, they don't realize that when they're looking down their nose at us who abide by boundaries and we have higher character, we would never do the things that they do. It's like they don't realize they're in the upside down. The world is upside down for them. So when they're looking down at us, they're really looking up at us. You see? So they don't understand that. It's like they get to see firsthand, wow, this is a real minister of God, not my fake preacher who will, it's like accept me on the arm of some other man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Just accept me, we're together. This is some other guy's wife. Been with him for 30 years. He's retarded. She must be retarded too. She gonna do this with me, right? It's like, for real. Just bring the hammers of the gods down on all of us, on the families of everybody who accepts us together as a couple. Because, God didn't separate this yet. This is an epiphany that God brought me to today. Is I did not release her from her post. You don't have somebody else here with you yet. Yeah, you don't got somebody else to drive you. You don't got nobody else to make sure that this ministry don't suffer. How dare anybody be judgmental against you when that's where they're at? They're going to tear down what I had you building. So that they could go be alone. Because, you open pedophile playgrounds back up, they walk back into that pedophile playground, get hit with them demons that just, permeate throughout those buildings and all those evil, adulterous, pedophilic people, human-shaped shit disguises people. It's like, and the first thing that comes back to them is, oh, yeah, we're Christian. We want to be alone when we're married. But bam! Don't even fuck it. It's that same thing happens to my little retarded brother, man. It's like, he's in a position where every time a Christian couple goes into fucking church, they can't wait to assault his ass with their negative energy, man. And this motherfucker endures it every time they go to church, yo. It's like every time they go to church, there's another story about the evil that he had to endure because of them going to church. Wow, those buildings really do need to be evacuated and refurbished and made into animal sanctuaries. What the Christians won't attend to the 70 million plus homeless animals with their 2.2 billion asses. Yeah, close it down. No more organized religion. This is going to happen. It's the revelation of John about them, and this is why, okay? Condoning adultery. Acting like it's a way of life, It's like, hey, I was forgiving. And I was a god compared to any man who would dare look at my wife without my prior consent. Because I was the type of guy, hey, she wants to fuck you? Hey, my wife wants to fuck you. You want to fuck her? You see, you're man enough to do it with me knowing. Oh, no. You don't want to fuck her. You don't want to fuck that fat bitch. That's what you say to me, right? And then fucking goddamn the minute my back's turned, you're off with your dick in her. Yeah, you see? You sick little fucking maggot. You ain't a man. I was a man. All right? The bitch will go and try and fuck you behind my back anyway. So I try to facilitate it so that, you know, the sin is shared, and it's just a sin of fornication instead of adultery, which is a compound sin because it involves deception and fornication. You see, this is something these Christians don't get taught in church, is compound sins, and why adultery comes right up underneath murder and rape. Okay? The next sin down from murder is rape. The next sin down from that is adultery. How'd that get up above pedophilia, huh? Yeah, you gotta wonder. I do. But it's there. Yeah, then the next one down is pedophilia. Next one after that is fucking animal cruelty. Yeah, disregard for animals. Lack of empathy. Lack of the common human qualities that God fucking gave all of us the ability to have. Even if we were raised by nasty shit. That we would take that. Hey, this is what my daddy was. I can go steal somebody else's wife, steal everything he's got, deep everything. Just take it all. It's all mine. Fuck it. Anything that's in her name because he was too retarded and didn't have a license because of her, that's not mine. And I don't even love the bitch. I hate everything about her. I hate the way she smells. I hate what she has for breakfast. I hate how she lives. I'm gonna change all that. Yeah. She gonna have a different diet. She gonna change how she look. She gonna change how she smells. She gonna change her deodorant. She gonna do everything different. Yeah. Because, well, I'm going to make of this woman somebody I could love. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's getting taken by your own lust. Getting taken captive by your own lust. When you have a god like me as a husband who will let you fuck everybody and still come home and treat you like his equal. And act like you don't know half the time. Because, well, you just don't want to adjust it. Oh, another one. You know? You see, just don't want to adjust it no more. You're tired of it being a fucking detail of the life. So you don't even adjust it no more. It's like fucking somebody shit on the floor and you just got tired of fucking saying shit about it. You just clean it up. You know? I got a cat like that. I don't even say shit to him no more. I just clean up after. Fuck it. You know? It don't do no good. It's demeaning me to approach him about something that he knows is wrong. So it's like, you know, that's what I got. You know, that's how I am with people, with women especially, and with people, you know. It's like, yeah, these things are being perpetuated against me. I'm not making nothing up. No, I don't have to. The truth is more spectacular than anything I could make up. Any examples I could give you, all right? I mean, and then the mentality about it, yo. No sense of shame. Hey, wow, you know, there's a God compared to me. You see, that is a God compared to my preacher and all the people that accepted her on my arm. Yeah, and look at all the curses and death that got loosed everywhere now upon all the families, all them people that just acted like that was a natural occurrence. You're just supposed to swoop in and steal somebody else's shit. Yeah, it was painful, it was hard, but now I can laugh because, well, God's gonna get with this shit. Because of the mentality. I think God was gonna let it ride when he thought like, okay, well, this can turn into a thing where the ministry is stronger. There's 3 people there now. But then when it turned into a thing where the pedophile installation got into them when they went back to church. Oh, we got to get away from that. This guy got to go or we got to go because we want to be alone. We got a new life and it don't involve God's ministry he had you in and he didn't release you from yet, girl. So it's like, I'd be afraid that he's going to live up to that. What God put together, let no man put asunder. Till death do us part was the vow. There you go. Well, if God can't have it, then nobody can. You know, he could cop that mentality. You know, I'll be surprised if he don't. See, but I'm waiting because, well, I would rather him just send somebody else. to me, that could be better to me than she ever was, actually really love me, actually really be with me, actually turn down other dudes behind my back. You know, that kind of shit. A real woman. That's what I'd like. A real wife, a real companion. One that can't be stolen with weakness and lust. You know, that's what I want. And that's what I'm holding out for. Y'all keep praying for with me because she's coming, yo. She's coming. Yeah. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. Just because, well, the short ones get watched by a demographic, you know, on Motuphi that they're not really with us. They're just, it's short, easy, quick entertainment. They're watching for the suffering. So, like, when we make a little bit longer video, it's like they don't have the attention span for it. And I got a lot of shit going on today that I ain't even got the energy to do. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be pulling magic rabbits out of my hat, out of my ass. just to do the litters, man. And, you know, I should vacuum. I should cut the back grass. I don't really need it yet. You know, it's a little bit long, but it gets pretty long before we cut it. It's like, there's a lot of shit that I need to do that I just don't have the physical energy for today. It's like, you know, that's why I was trying to get more sleep. You know, it's like I'm getting bugged in my spirit. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone, man. I don't want to get up. You know, I sure don't want to get up and do no stupid rant video. You know, that's what you want me to do? You want me to get up and express the rage of God and the anger of God? For real? It's like, fuck, man. You know, it's like, I've got plenty of meds. I'll get up and smoke some weed and have some breakfast and do my chores and I'll feel differently. But there's the part of my spirit that's not me. You see? And it ain't letting it go. It's like, you gonna talk about this shit. You experienced it. You're the one who gotta talk about it. It's like, ain't that some shit? I don't want to talk about this shit no more. I want action. I want to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I want next phase shit to happen. The revenge of God. Which doesn't mean I want bad shit to happen to them, yo. I'm not like that. I'm happy for them. I'm happy they found each other. I'm happy that she found somebody that would do something more with her than this fucker. Okay? I'm happy about that. And I'm happy, you know, that, you know, she's got no sense of shame about this. And she found somebody else that's equally that way, has no sense of shame. Just innocent as a motherfucker about burning down my life, you know? Just run me over like a duckling and shit. Oh, did I hit? You know? It's like, shit. God damn. You know? And I think that's what God's angry about. It's just the lack of, you know, the consciousness of, you know, what has to be hurt for that happiness to happen. You see, to short-live the happiness, because, well, then he has to go out of his way, send extra angels, whatever, you know, he has to fix shit. Because, well, patience. Okay, you're committing adultery, you can't have patience about fucking what you want to do. You know, I can see his point. You know, I'm trying to bring him a replacement for her that I did not release from this. Uh-huh. I never thought I'd have to release her from this ministry because, well, they were married. Uh-huh. And he was a god compared to all the other men. He would let her go commit adultery and come back home. Treat her like an equal. Let her make decisions, everything. Like a normal wife. Like a woman who kept her legs closed and her mouth up all the day. Yeah. The only thing she incurred on a regular basis from that shit was I developed a thing where I don't kiss women now. I'm sorry. It's like I really have to, like, there has to be something about you and me, the chemistry, to make me get past it to where I want to put my mouth on your mouth. I'm sorry. I'll put my mouth on your butthole before I put it on your mouth. It's a weird thing. And that's what happened from this, you know. It's like it's one of the OCDs I developed. I developed a lot of OCDs, you know. It's like stainless steel sinks. I like to keep them clean. Because, well, nasty stainless steel sinks are gross. And they get gross quick if you don't keep up with it, man. You'd be surprised how stainless steel gets gross, you know? So, yeah, I wipe it out when I'm done, you know, so that it's nice and shiny. Looks like somebody fucking gave a fuck when they got done with the kitchen, you know? Tried to clean up a little bit after themselves. It's still not cleaning, you know? I'm not a very clean person. I just try to maintain you know, a certain level of tidiness if possible. And it's not always possible because I'm battling this house shit. Like this mystery health issue. You never know from how I've been presenting myself in this video how bad I feel right now, because man, I'm fucking fighting it, yo. I'm fighting for every second of this shit, for real. Every bit of you know, I'm not expressing it. It's like it's a battle, and I don't know. It's one of them things where sometimes you just have to pick up your gun and fire off from the foxhole anyway, even though you're bleeding. And there we go. We've hit the movie maker. So we might as well go for another 19 minutes if we want. If there's that much left in me. I try to give y'all a good service once in a while where you have a nice long video. I don't really have a lot to offer in my own opinion, you see, because I've become, you know, I've had to, where my focus was when I had like a partner in this, my focus could be on everything else except myself. Now I'm having to pull some of that focus back and put it on myself to, like, you know, I have to minister to myself now too. And, you know, that's beyond my abilities, because that requires, hey, I got to pull in another person. You know, I got to find that special person that this ministry would mean something to him. Caring about animals means something to him. You know, trying to do great exploits for God and in the name of God in these end times means something to him. And it means more than, you know, playing house or, you know, sex or, you know, self-gratification or the, you know, the dopamine charge you get from, you know, somebody liking you, you see? It's like, you know, so many of us have been programmed to need like, you know, I don't need to be liked. You know, somebody don't like me, here's my reaction. Pow! Put that in your bunghole and then pull it out and suck on it. Yeah. Because I know you don't do the two-finger dig out to make sure that your fucking anal canal is, you know, devoid of all dookie. So you run around constantly with shit right there between your butt cheeks. Constantly. Yeah. And I'm nasty because I do the two-finger dig out to make sure that there ain't nothing down there when I'm done shitting. There ain't nothing down there. I could use that as a vagina. And it smells better than most women's fucking pussies do, believe it or not. Yeah. And it comes from people who fucking ate it and ate women's pussies. It's like, there you go. How we get into that from a godly session? Because, well, we're not really godly like that. You see, who the holy, there's things we won't talk about, but we'll sure the fuck go do them, won't we? Yeah. Yeah, we'll jump all over some shit that ain't our shit. Treat it like it's our own. Yes, we will. Even though God specifically gave that shit to that person. God specifically connected those people. Yeah. Okay. Go shit on God's plate. I'm deranged with fucking, you know, the power of drunkenness because, well, we've already proven it. When, you know, now all weddings that occur in churches are cursed. Did you know that? The marriage will be cursed if you get married if your wedding takes place in a church. This happened when my wife's sister got married, had a big old to-do wedding, and fomented, you know, something that shouldn't have happened with another guy by putting my wife in the wedding party with another guy. And then thinking she's going to put those pictures up forever on mantles of my wife standing with another guy in their wedding party. Yeah. So, this shit got cursed. Just the concept of getting married in a fucking church and all weddings. And their marriage got cursed. Yep, and it crumbled. It's like, there you go. Kids got negatively affected. Families got negatively affected. That's what happens when you call yourself trampling fucking the blood of Christ. The blood of Christ has been fucking put all over me. So trample me, why don't you? And trample Christ's blood that he fucking died on the cross and shed suffering. Stupid fucking human. Damn, you're so dumb. But you go to church every Sunday, and every time you step in there, you get more dumb about what God wants done up in this shit. More stupid and self-serving, and more about yourself. And then you wonder why God wants to smite some shit. Yeah. Huh. Kill everything around you on his way to you, motherfucker. So that you have to endure it. You know you caused it. Death, Boom, 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 boom. Doo-da, doo-da. God having breakfast, you gonna walk up. I wanna fuck this other man's wife and take her from him. It ain't bad enough I can fuck her. I'm just gonna take that shit. I'm dumpster diving today, nigga. Yeah. I'm as hungry as the devils that God loosed on this shit. Oh, yes, I am. This fucking goddamn... This revelation of John against this demographic will come to pass. Yes, it will. And every bit of suffering they caused me, and you didn't see 10 churches line up to defy that church in Mount Pleasant? 2 churches in Mount Pleasant, I'm finding out. Wow. Y'all go to 2 churches that condone what's being done. Do they actually carry Bibles? Do they actually say Jesus and say that they're saved? Oh, Lord. Buildings full of motherfuckers trampling the blood of Christ. Shit. There's no more remission of sins. Once you have accepted the blood of Christ, stupid, you don't willfully sin after that. You don't get an agenda that involves sin. God described it. You don't get with another man's wife, especially if God didn't loose it. Yeah. Call yourself, you going to church and you godly? Yeah. Why don't you use your Bible for toilet paper? You'd be putting it to a more fucking higher character use, closer to you. Because that's how you feel about his word. Yeah. Every time you fucking look at another man's wife with lust, you call yourself saved. You ain't saved, nigga. Because Christ's blood on you will not allow you to think like that. Do you understand that, retard? Maybe you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people just don't understand. Maybe their daddy and mommy wasn't fucking goddamn, didn't have it in them to instill in them. So fucking it didn't get instilled in them. Just like my parents. But you know, I ain't a product of my motherfucking raising. You can look at my family. They all hate me because, well, they all about themselves, little bugs. There's very few in my family that have exemplified their anything about anything but them motherfucking self. Yeah. Very few, motherfucker. My siblings, yeah, I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6, counting my half brother. All right? What are they about? What were they raised to be about? Yeah, ain't that a shame? Because there's so much more. There's so much more. There's what the Bible is actually talking about that you've never, ever, ever heard unless you heard me teaching. Because there ain't nobody else teaching it. Won't nobody else touch the truth. Have you noticed that? You can't buy it from a preacher. You can't torture it out of a preacher. Why? Because a preacher don't know. I took the same classes your preacher took to get ordained. I know everything they know about working the system that works your little mind to make you put your ties in there and do the evil you do. I know it all. I was told by God himself, don't go among them. Don't you lay that fucking money down for that ordination. You ain't gonna be an ordained minister. You're not one of them. All right? I'm like, wow, why'd you want me to take the class? So you know. You know what they know. You know the system they serve. You know the system that Christ fought against and died fighting against. You understand that system that wrote the Bible. That these pseudo-Christians who serve a pseudo-God and run around acting like fucking pigs while fucking God didn't put my name on it. Now you understand my rage. Yeah. You see how it negatively affected your life in a ministry I made you build? You don't even like cats. It made you build a cat ministry. Huh? Yeah. Ain't that some shit? I still don't understand what made me 10 years ago insist on getting Gato. I insisted on it. Lisa didn't want a cat. She did not want a cat. We argued up and down about getting a cat. Finally, it's like she gave in. Okay, we'll go get a cat. I know some people that have some. Okay. We should have took 2 of them kitties because the rest of them probably fucking endured hardship and then, a hard death. There was 2 litters of kitties in those campers. So like you see, made God to endure all that loneliness because we were afraid we'd hurt him in our sleep. He was so little and frail. So I put him in the back and blocked him in the back in the foyer. He'd be back there meowing in the middle, like, meow, meow, you know, all by himself and shit. I'd go back there and open it up, go sit down with him and pet him and shit. And try to explain to him, look, you're back here for your own safety, buddy. You're a little tiny little frail kitty. Because he was just tiny. You could stand him up in your hand, just like Frankie when we first got her, when I first found her out there, you know? It's like, you know, he's just a tiny little guy. And now he's so big. He's like a big, fat, tough cat. But, you know, he endured some loneliness he didn't have to endure, and I feel bad about it, you know? And I think that's where God's at with me, is like, you know, I'm enduring loneliness I don't have to endure. And it's like by him not getting with other people about causing it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it looks like he's condoning of it, and he's not. And he's angry about that. That it's like it came between him and me, you know, because, well, for a while I was kind of pissed off at him. You know, it's like, yeah, you want me to do all this shit, and then you let, I only had one other team member, and you let that team member get led away with weakness, you know? You know, how you do that, man? How? You know, how you even let this guy be alive for her to go hook up with him? I mean, if he can't just do what everybody else does and send her home, how you even let him be alive? How you let his family spawn? Oh, you're going to send time-traveling angels of death back to kill his ancestors before they can spawn, before the downward striation that led to, you know, those who spawned him? Because, well, you know, he had to learn his behavior somewhere, right? Where you judge those that you do evil shit to. Yeah, you don't look in the mirror and see you're doing evil. You see them. Oh, they deserve what I'm doing to them. Mm-hmm. Driving back and forth over them. They deserve that shit. And I'm out here. I'm riding, motherfucker. You know, it's like the goddamn shit just keeps rolling over you. Whoa, 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 whoa. And it's like, when God gonna put goddamn reach in and pull the key out the ignition? Goddamn. I'm getting tired of this shit. Nigga. It's like, boy. I got a really good attitude about what's happening to me now, don't I? Mm-hmm. Those motherfuckers would have done fucking committed murder, yo. For real. I've learned that violence here, you know, it's like martyring someone. You know, even just trying to get revenge on a little level. If you wait and let God do shit, he does such awesome shit. Everybody who ever touched any of my women behind my back, they've all ended up with, you know, some of them are dead, yo. I mean, for real, they're in the time loops now. Getting time looped is me busting my ass, working overloaded so that the boss can go do stuff with my wife, you know. Doing 2 days worth of work off of one truck while the other truck's got hardly anything on it, so that the boss and that guy can go run off and do whatever with my wife. Yeah, it's like, hey, just pay her, you know, and I don't have to work. You see? Do you see? That's why God hates a slut. You know? And he's used prostitutes. Israel happened due to Rahab. Never, ever forget that. The land, the promised land, came through the hands of a fucking prostitute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was faithful longer than God's people would be faithful. God's people wouldn't cross the river the first time they came there. She was faithful for 40 fucking years. She maintained that fucking ribbon. Yeah, 40 years this woman hung a ribbon for God. A prostitute. She wasn't a prostitute by the time they got back. She was, she had branched out into other businesses, and she actually had like a flax and linen business and shit like that. But before that, when they first showed up, she was a prostitute. When she was picked by God in that nation of all the people in Canaan, when she was picked, she was a prostitute. Yeah. And that's not the only prostitute God used. And all he's ever used sluts for was examples of what not to be. Examples of how to bring the wrath of God down on some shit. Examples of how to divide a house so that somebody, even with my mega talent, can't succeed. Yeah. I mean, you know, how to totally just drive people away from everything that they're supposed to be with. You know? I mean, there comes a point of obligation where your behavior, you separated people from people they were never supposed to be separated from, like their family. And you caused division and wedges. You know, they can't be fixed now. So now you're obligated to be that family for that person that you drove away. So you no longer have the option, oh, I can just run off now and have my little happy little playhouse marriage. No, man. There's energy that you got all over yourself. And if you won't purge yourself of it, then you're fucked. Yeah, and so's the dude that hooked up with you. He thinks his good luck can't be fucking defeated. You'll find out how quickly your luck can turn into its bad luck. Yeah. Everything can be like that. And I kind of feel sorry for him, yo. You know, I really do. You know, I don't feel anything that, you know, where I want something bad to happen to somebody. I want them to have to eat it to God still. He made my shit thrive. Oh, you want this little ministry? He gave me a giant ministry. Fuck you. Yeah. Oh, you want that? You want that woman? Well, she was never faithful to me. She just pretended to be my wife. We were playing house, yo. You know, she never loved me. She just didn't have any other options, yo. Have at it. God can give me a better woman, one that will love me, cherish me, you know, regard me as a treasure. You see? Yeah. You know, one that won't sabotage my efforts, you see? So it's like, yeah. Oh, you want that? Cool. Got to give me better. Yeah, you see? In every instance, that's all I want is for God to just step up. For him to step up. Oh, that church stepped against me with y'all? Well, those two churches, there's 10 churches that God can control to come support my ministry even bigger and better than it ever was. You know? Well, I have my choice of women. You see? Okay, well, yeah, this one is the perfect one for me, for what God got me doing here with the rest of my life. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want the wrong bitch for it. I don't need to be distracted with her weakness. I've already done enough of that. You know? I need to be focused and just do what I'm here to do. And I need somebody who will be my help mate to do that. Not somebody that's going to become a murmurer in her tin about it. Oh, my life is just so fucked up. Really? Wow. I'd kill Vini. I'd kill myself if I could get born as you. I think you've had a pretty goddamn charm, yo. Yeah, you have to fuck whoever you want, whenever you want, do whatever you want, and still have all the things that somebody else had to be faithful to have. Damn, still have all that love and affection as somebody to sleep with, you know? Shit, you know? You're never gonna have that with another guy, girl. Never. No. Yeah. They might not even accept you as who you are. They might not like how you smell. They might not like how you taste. They might not like what you eat. They might not like what you watch. They might not like that you're actually really godly, so you're engaged in ministry, so you don't go to fake religion churches, so they'll make you go be a fake pseudo-Christian. You know? Yeah, they might do all that evil, mean shit to you. I won't do none of that. I'll let you be you, and I'll love you as you. Just like I did for 30 years for this woman, who obviously wasn't intelligent enough to appreciate it. Because, well, you know, you couldn't pry me away from a motherfucker like me if I was her. Because, well, goddamn, I was the ideal opposite for her. She could have a marriage and a husband, an awesome, cool husband that everybody loves, you know? You know, and it's like, you know, do that and be that. Now you got to be something else. You got to be something that ain't you. I've watched her pull out of here in the morning. She's not very happy. She doesn't pull out of here happy like she used to 8 months ago, a year ago. A year ago, she used to be happy. It wasn't fake happiness. Even while, you know, Barefag Ben and the pseudo-Christian were tearing it down, she still was happy a year ago, this time last year. But, you know, you keep pumping that shit into people that they shouldn't be happy with what they got, with, you know, where they're at and with what they're doing. You don't have their anointing. Lisa had a special anointing. It's going to be hard for me to find a woman with that anointing that can do it like she did it. Now that anointing is gone, okay? It can never be replenished. Once you cast it off, it's off. Once you cast God's anointing off you, he won't put it back on you. The yoke wouldn't fit you. So it no longer fits Lisa. There's somebody else that does fit perfectly. She will arrive. I hope she arrives before their wedding, because, well, then that changes the energy. Their wedding then is no longer everything that we just got done describing. Then suddenly it's what was meant to be, you see. And God can have a different attitude about it because the ministry's still strong. Guess we're going for an hour, huh? I have the battery power. Talking shit. You got cigarettes and coffee and weed. Had breakfast. What more can we ask for? Right? We have a lot to be grateful for. We're not one of the animals, who our human that's supposed to take care of us is distracted with the mainstream and with the little gadget that they hold to look at all the time. Or, with lust or dope or alcoholism. We're not one of them animals who our human has been decommissioned, so we're not going to get help. Our life will be spent suffering. We're not one of them, you see. And I'm grateful that I didn't attract a huge audience of people who, my influence will be wasted on. They still won't develop any empathy, you know what I'm saying? They still won't become what they could be for the entities that are here waiting for them to be that. They'll never become that, you see. There's only 70 million on record homeless animals. How many billions of Christians are here? Now you see why I don't call myself a Christian. All right? It's desecrating to God's name. It's taking his name in vain. Just to call yourself a Christian, be one of them. That's 2.2 billion people that have their heads so far up their own asses that there's 70 million homeless animals on their watch. Yeah. See, we can't even begin to address the homeless people because nobody will address what's in line before them. You see? Homeless people take care of homeless animals better than people with fucking mansions. Have you noticed that? Yeah. I've seen homeless people give fucking half of their food to a fucking homeless dog. I have seen that. I've never seen somebody rich give of their excess to something without a tax break attached to it. You see? That's where I'm at with that. That's where God's at with that. God's tired of the resources going to all the wrong entities. He's tired of when he puts something in the hands of somebody like me who will do something with the resources he has gave us. Somebody gonna come along and just take that shit like they got it right because they got some kind of weird desire, that made them look inside the circle God had and decide they want to steal out of God's circle, rob God. I'm gonna steal this entity God's got over there. I'm gonna make that my wife. What if that's not designed to be your wife? Yeah. What if you loosen death just by fucking with God's shit? You ever consider that? Your preacher ain't going to tell you that. Your preacher don't even know what the Bible really says. Or he'd know better than to foment your mentality. They wouldn't be fucking accepting. He'd be fucking kicking you out of his church. You take that woman back home to that ministry right now. When he has a replacement for her, then she's free and clear. Not until then. So, I'm trying to, they got a marriage coming. They want to go off and do their stuff. I'm trying real hard to attract the person that is supposed to be with me. Because, well, she is supposed to be with me. And, something's got her decommissioned or distracted or something. And it's like, I'm willing to forgive that. Because, well, timing is involved. Maybe she was supposed to be distracted up until a certain point of awakening. You see? Where she's been activated, a sleeper cell, And it's like, yeah, okay, well, it's time for her to be activated. Because, well, this month, she's got to be here because they're getting married the end of this month. She's got to be in my life before the 28th. For the energy to be right on the lives of everyone that's going to be negatively affected by this if I cannot fix it. It's like the only thing I can do to make myself more attractive is shower more. If somebody came into my life where, they're going to be up close on me or we might be intimate, there's even the slightest possibility, I probably will. But right now, I don't develop no stink, you know, and it's like everything's clean, you know, there's no bacteria or nothing like that. I have that Italian man smell, which, you know, some women like it. It's like, you know, I smelled it on my grandfather, even right after he'd get out of the shower. You know, it's like he couldn't wash it off. Once you get past a certain age as an Italian, if you got so much Italian blood in you, if you got that olive skin, something to do with that puts a smell on your skin. And when you get older, I'd say above 50, it's noticeable. I noticed it. I noticed it on my grandfather. And I didn't think it was stinky. I just noticed that, you know, he had a smell once he got to a certain age that didn't wash off him. And it's like, that's what I have, I'm pretty sure. Because, you know, it seems like I can smell it. And it's immediate. You know, you shower, scrub, take a long bath, whatever. It's immediate. You dry and cover yourself in scented fucking body lotion and spray yourself. And, you know, there's all that scent, but there's also there's like, hey, there's that old Italian man smell, you know. And I say old because, well, it may not be an old thing. I didn't notice it on my grandfather till he was older, though. But maybe I never was, like, up close on my grandfather and, you know, aware enough to be aware of, like, scents in here. I don't know. But there was always that there under his Old Spice, you know, immediately after a shower, after work. He'd come home and shower and then go to the bar and sit there and nurse a couple drinks. Because, well, a lot of bad shit happened within the house. And it was so bad that it negatively affected my grandfather's empire. He had a grinding shop with government contracts. He had government contracts for aeronautical parts, for airplane parts. After my grandfather was put out of business due to affirmative action and, you know, somebody who wasn't taking advantage of affirmative action, it was just a drunk, white devil piece of shit, taking advantage of his dad owning a place. You know, you scrap out $1 million, couple $1 million worth of parts in one day, worth of aluminum. Yeah. Well, you can put a small place like that, you know, out of business. And then, you know, you got my grandfather working in the same building for someone else who doesn't have the same quality standards. So, boom, planes just start falling out of the sky. They fall out of the sky for decades after that, you know. Those planes that have those parts on them still fall from the sky eventually. So it's like, yeah, how long, you know, did they tolerate a lower quality standard just to accommodate affirmative action? You know, putting somebody on a line that's not qualified to do something, that has no training for it and doesn't have the proper mentality to want to do a good job. So they don't care about those lives that are going to be relying on them parts in the air. They care about the 40 they're going to drink at lunchtime. They care about taking break. They care about making sure they get paid good by the man. You see, they care about all the wrong shit. They don't have no sense of quality about their craft. And they got the job just based on some skin color and some stupid retarded bullshit. Yeah, those motherfuckers ain't gonna care. The next white guy that buys the building and still has to hire them, you know, it's like, you see what I'm saying? They don't care. Well, that's what happens. When you don't stand up for what's right and the wrong is allowed to become the norm, that's what you have. It becomes dangerous, yo. And religion has become a dangerous thing. It's dangerous for all the animals that are being neglected right now by those who are in church right now, who will put money in the plate at church where they condone adultery and pedophilia, instead of taking that money and going and applying it to a ministry like mine if they're not going to work a ministry like mine, or finding the animal that they're supposed to take care of and take care of it. They're denying their familial obligation to the family God sent them here to be family to. You see? Yeah. And you get taught by your pastor, oh, just say, Jesus, forgive me. Really? So you're going to walk up to Christ while he's hanging on the cross, writhing in pain, crying and shit, blood dripping down. You're going to reach down and trample his blood, pick a little bit of it. Jesus' blood. Oh, you suffering Jesus. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, you got blood all over your shoes. You've been sucking on his blood. You know, like, oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. That's what I like in these freaks too, man. They walk up to the cross, dance in the blood of Christ, singing the praises and shit. Oh, with some other dude's wife, fucking smelling like some, little kid's butt or some shit, It's like, all of them got the smell of something on them that ain't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus, forgive me. And cry when the pastor's delivering the emotional shit. And lift their hands up. Oh, and then walk out, and they're right back to their evil. Yeah, it's like, motherfuckers like me ain't getting no support from these motherfuckers. They judging us, looking down on us when they should be looking in the mirror. Wow, look at how bad we affected them just because we have to go jump in bed with something that we ain't supposed to be with. Look at us, how disgusting we are. We're like fucking parasites or maggots or something. We're like a bunch of molested children, just looking for the next thing to do some evil shit with, sneakily. It's like, God damn. Yeah, God's watching. Okay? The eyes of the Lord are every motherfucking where, nigga. They're in your own eyes. Your non-tapeable, non-deletable spirit memory not only records what the fuck you're doing while you claim to be Christian, they also record your fucking pompous little thoughts about it. Yeah, and your omissions, what you fail to do to make sure that you are a Christian in spite of what you're doing. Yeah, nigga. It gets so fucking tiring, the white devil shit, how they just don't see themselves. And now look at the fucking world, because it's on all levels. You see? You expect another race to be better? Be better yourself, goddammit. Start there. Stop with the virtue signaling and all the dumb bullshit, and just be better. I know it's easy to say, why would we want to be like you? You did it. You set the example. You be better. And look how the world tramples you. Look how the world just swooped in and took the only thing you did have. You only had a couple things. And they came and took that shit, right? Watch what God does in response to this. How big he's going to fix this shit. How big it's going to be replaced. All I have to do is stay alive for spite. I don't have to do another goddamn thing. God's got a vested interest in this now. Because, well, they made God look like some kind of adulterous little pussy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'll forgive you. Yeah. God's not Ben the Bear Fag. God damn it. Ben the Bear Fag's gonna pay. Yeah. Because, well, he wasn't really Lisa's friend. Nope. She has yet to see that because, well, time has to take its consequence, just like with every dude who ran away thinking he got away with what he did with her behind my back, right? And then he finds out, Yeah. And some of these motherfuckers are in the time loop show. Yeah. They're already dead. And I'm really conscious of God. So, like, I would never, do to me what's being done to me for someone else because I would be afraid that God would kill that guy. And then I did that shit to Vini, so now I don't have Vini either. You see what I'm saying? And then I killed everybody, people in the bloodlines all around who accepted us as a couple. When I acted like I was ashamed of Vini, and Vini was something I should have been proud of, and I should have been ashamed to hook up with somebody who would actually come and steal me from Vini. I should have been ashamed of that. I should have been ashamed that I would be attracted to that. You know? See how upside down, fucked up humans' mentality is? Why there's so many here that we can't allow to get to the next timeline or the real world. Because while they do this shit in the real world, they would have been in posts. They would burn down ministries, real ministries for fake ministries, you know. Because, well, any ministry that would condone adultery, allow you to get married to another man's wife in their building, it's like, yeah, that's not God, man. God's not there. God can't be found in the church, just like any of God's real people can't be found there. And I become more convinced of that with the more time that goes by. Because now, well, Christianity has come home. Lisa and I ran long, far, and hard and endured, hardship to get away from this Christianity shit that she brought to this house. And it's so weird how, it was done. It's like, hey, if that's what you're going to do, Christianity is the last thing you should be associating yourself to. You're more like Satanists, you do what thou wilt. Do what you wilt. It's okay. Your little emotions for each other condone it all. So if somehow your emotions require that you cut up a little baby and eat it today, that's what you do. Because you're already showing that you will do anything to fulfill that lust. That little emotional. Oh, gotta fulfill my emotional shit. Yeah, I've loved other women too. But I didn't abandon my wife, my ministry to God. I didn't even fucking diddle with them. Yeah. I did write some of them songs, because, hey, wow, if she can go physically give herself to someone else, then I can write somebody songs that ain't never going to respond to the shit anyway. You see? And it was kind of like, okay, you going to do that? I'm going to write this girl another song then. Okay, you going to do that? I'm going to write this girl another song then. Oh, you going to do that? I'm going to write this girl another song then. Oh, you going to do that? I'm going to write this girl another song then. How many songs Jesse May Meyer got wrote for her now by me? 40-something? Yeah. See, everything I do is a mirroring. People don't understand that. And I'm not above reproach. I'm just human, just like everybody else. I make mistakes. Fuck, I drive so little that I can't even move a vehicle 40 feet without wrecking it. So, that tells you something right there. I have my weaknesses, but I have my strengths. And, my focus is on my strengths, you see. Sure, I'm weak. I'm sexually perverted. I love sex. I want to fuck all the time, And when some other, woman is like, super hot, perfect booty, it's like nice titties, perfect body, really pretty face, wants me to fuck her and has made it obvious in no uncertain terms, all we got to do is just make sure that he don't find out. Well, that he don't find out, that's right there. That's what stops it all. No obligation to Lisa because, well, she wasn't obligated to me. So it's like, hey, that's our understanding. You do with who you want and I do with who I want. I just haven't done anything. You see? Because, well, I don't get options with people where it won't be a compound sin. Adultery. You see, I have to cut somebody else's life, cut somebody else's back, like mine has been cut. I'd have to suck some other dude's dick spiritually, which is what everyone who has ever fucked one of my women behind my back has done. Spiritually, they've sucked my dick. Yeah, they're so molested, they couldn't just go buy a prostitute. They had to suck my dick. Yeah. And that's what you do. When you fuck another man's wife, you're actually sucking his dick. Did you know that? In the spirit, you're sucking his dick. And you will be time looped as his wife, sucking his dick. Yeah. Repeatedly. In addition to being time looped as him. Enduring whatever hardship that divided house caused him to endure. Oh, yeah. Years of working hard when he was supposed to be rich. All that good shit. Years of being cuckolded when he should have had a woman that would be faithful to him. You get to enjoy that now, buddy. Yeah, that's, you wanted it, right? Because, well, when you want another man's wife who's doing all that to him, you're saying you want his life. And you want his dick. When you gotta go fuck her, you gotta, spiritually, you're in bed with him too. especially if they've been together decades, okay? It's not like, they just got together and it's a mistake. No. The time for, hey, this is a mistake, let's part company, that passed like 23 years ago. You see? Yeah. So that option is long gone. That's why God assigned this ministry to the couple. And now the ministry is gone. So God will give me a bigger ministry, a better ministry, and a better woman. All right. I feel like we got a nice long service. Our Sunday service. Our sermon. We didn't have no singing or dancing. Well, I guess we did a little bit, Singing to Jesus while we're sucking his blood off our fingers. Oh, sorry, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Can you imagine if you really had a relationship with God, with Christ, and you go do some shit, then he personally checks you on it? You know what I'm saying? I've been personally checked on shit. And I've changed it. Because, well, I knew I'd better change it. Some things I changed in my life to keep Lisa from enduring shit that she wouldn't have had to endure. Because, well, the response would have been, well, she'll suffer then. And then they got transferred over to the cats. It's like, hey, you better toe the line or, the grace for the provision for the cats won't be there, you see. And then you still have murderous, Bible-toting fucking, pedophile playground congregants, Christians, murdering the animals that God assigned me to, murdering them before I could raise the money to catch them and get them fixed. You see? So it's like, it's time for this ministry to stop being the underdog ministry and for this ministry to be the top ministry of the world, for people to gain some sense of, intelligence about, what they expect of a minister. You see what I'm saying? And none of these people at these churches, these pulpit spewers, none of them know God, okay? God doesn't tell any of them to try and undo the shit that's happening to me. There are people that know God, that God puts it on their spirit, and they do try to help. That's how I know that God does communicate with people about me and this ministry. People that you'd never expect to even care, okay? People you would never think in a million years would care about someone like me or animals or this ministry. You'd never in a million years think that they would take the time to even think about it. It's like, wow, those are the ones that the donations come from. Those are the ones who buy your MP3s. Those are the ones who, they buy your MP3s and sometimes give you more money than the MP3's worth. Shit like that. They're the ones. Meanwhile, the ones who, they're Christian. They ran off to a pedophile playground today where the adulterous and the pedophilic gather and those who condone their behavior. So they're all happy and comfortable writhing together in their megatree. And it's like, they're all the same. And they'll go get together and they'll put their money in the plate there. Kind of like when you go to the bar, you make sure to get those spirits, you lay money down, keep that place open. You got to keep your toxic spirit bar open, so you got to put money in the plate at church. If you don't keep that place open, there's no place to congregate with people who condone your behavior. Adultery and pedophilia and, all that shit. Hypocrisy. Pretending like you're God's when, you don't give a fuck what God wants done. You don't care what God's got going on. You can't witness up close what God's got going on in my life and with me and how I live. You can't witness it up close and still judge me. Still call yourself, you can't see that, God's got me doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, this is not just it. The videos that I do for y'all, this is in addition to everything else. Do you know how worked I am? I don't feel like I'm overworked, but some people will feel like I'm overworked. For somebody, I'm on disability and I'm sick. You know, I'm not supposed to do as much tedious shit as I apply myself to, you know, physically. You see what I'm saying? I'm supposed to pace myself. That's how I end up like I'm sick and I'm down in the bed for days at a time. I have to force myself out of bed just for long enough to, you know, go do litters and feed the cats. You know what I'm saying? I do have weeks like that where I can't get out of bed. Y'all know I don't make videos. You see? Or when I do, they're dark videos where I'm pointing at the ceiling, you know? Then I have to fight to get out of bed to get over to the laptop to fucking put the shit on for you. It's like, you know, I do have times like that where I fight just to be here, you know? And it's like, I'm fighting to feel good right now, you know? Because I don't really feel that good. I feel like I ingested poison or something, to be honest with you. And it's like my pills are having weird effects on me and shit. You know, I'm having weird leg shit and cramps and shit, and, you know, the chest shit. It's like I was having chest pains last night really bad where I thought, you know, hey, wow, my blood pressure must be sky high, right? So I went to take my pills, and it's like there was an alert in my mind. You know, wait. So then I caught out of the corner of my eye the blood pressure cuff. So I pulled that out and put it on. I checked my blood pressure was low, 117 over like 62. So it's like, well, if I had ate the pills, it would have took my blood pressure even lower. And, you know, it wasn't high blood pressure that was causing the pain. There's something to do with the stent, okay? And it's probably going to be one of those things where I'm here 1 second and the next second I'm not. You know, I just fell over dead. And that's another reason why I really need somebody, you know, because, well, I have Aslan. He goes everywhere with me. And I need somebody else, and she's with me all the time, too, as much as possible. She's up on my life, up on every second of my day, so that if I'm out with him by myself, and, you know, she knows to, like, be checking on me, make sure, okay, I didn't fall out, Aslan's not fucking standing next to my body somewhere, you know, or wandered off, you know, because he got scared because I fell out dead, or some shit, you know, or getting attacked or some shit, you know. She's making sure that she's up on my life. There's nobody like that right now. Lisa was like that, where, you know, she was up on every second of everything I did because, well, you know, something, you know, I'm one of them type people, you know, shit can happen to me. And, you know, you want to, if I got the dog with me, you want to make sure that, you know, you get him back, that, you know, he doesn't end up like, you know, fucked up or in a fucked up situation, you know, with some people that shouldn't have him, or, you know, in a shelter or something. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons why, you know, the other person is important. My partner, having a partner, is important. And it's not just about, it's getting warm enough to give this dog some door. No, it's not unlocked. There we go. It's not about my need. It's not about me being afraid of being alone, because I don't care about being alone. I spent fucking, you know, most of my life having to be with people I didn't want to be with, you know. Before I became an adult, you know, I was part of a big family of, you know, inbreds that were just like me. And, you know, I realized that I didn't like what I got raised to be. You know, I didn't like what church did. I didn't like the church entity. I didn't like the fake Christianity, the fake pseudo-God personality, where, you know, you're sinful as a motherfucker. Your very life is sin, but you're associating God to it. You're, oh, Jesus, and I love Jesus. No, you don't. You love yourself. Okay. I mean, and you kind of reap what you sow. You did that to God. You lied and said you loved him, and you didn't, because, well, your adulterous shit means more to you than God does, right? You having somewhere to dip your dick means more than God, okay, and his companionship. You spit on him and you shit on him, you know. And then you go, of all the people, when you do that, for you to take, you take, You take the weak link of a ministry that he has going. You take, somebody that's a partner of a ministry, that it's like, hey, wow, this person never had the capacity to love anybody but herself. Spent 30 years with somebody pretending to love him, creating the illusion of I'm your wife and I love you, wouldn't even give him, the reality of, well, hey, no, well, what you smell is that other guy that I just fucked, It's like, hey, just be you, be honest and own up to it, And it's like, okay, you kind of, when you do that to God, you deserve to hook up with somebody like that who has exemplified that to you. 30 years with a guy who's a minister, okay, who has a fucking dog family like I got. They're dogs. You got to see it. You work with a motherfucker's brother and shit. You see what a dog he is, You see what a fucking self-serving fucking pedophilic pig he is, Eventually he had to slip and say something that was a red flag. Okay, yeah, wow. There's no wonder Vinny and Lisa ran so far from these motherfuckers, No wonder they kept them out of their life. No wonder these fuckers have always been attacking Vinny and Lisa. You see? Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Wow, you see it firsthand. You get to see it. And then you get to understand, hey, wow, this guy really does love God. Really does have a relationship with God. Really does know Jesus. Like I don't know him, Because, well, if I knew him, my character would be different. I wouldn't even have looked at his wife, you see? So I don't know him. So I deserve to get a woman who, she lies to herself so much she can make herself believe for a while that she loves me, just long enough to perpetuate this and for the next person to come into my life and then for me to be gone and irretrievable. And then it's like, well, there you go. See what you did to yourself? You fucked yourself big time, didn't you? Fucked yourself out of a Vinny for, somebody that can never be his equal. Can't even wrap his mind around Vinny's mentality, the God mentality, the being linked with God mentality, the true linked with God, not this fake Christian bullshit that these fuckers keep perpetuating, dragging God through their fucking blood and dirt. There's my blue jay. I meant to tell you guys about my blue jay. I have this beautiful little blue jay that lives around here and hangs out around here. And he has special, there's a couple other blue jays, but this particular blue jay, you can tell it's him when you see him. This, the way his colors look, This particular blue jay follows us when we walk. For real. He'll fly from tree to tree and from phone line to phone line. And that blue jay has went to the wealthy spot over by the river with us and hung out in the fucking trees and then flew back, flying from tree to tree and phone line to phone line. That blue jay that I just pointed at, he's up there now. It's like, for some reason, the last few times we went for a walk, he's gone with us. And it's like I recognize him because, well, out of the 3 blue jays that hang out here, he's the prettiest one. He's got like when the sun hits his colors, his feathers just right. It's like, man, the motherfucker just, it's almost like he's luminescent, And I just thought it was so weird to see him flying, above us, and like, it's like, hey, wow, this fucker's going with us to the river and shit, And when I said it, I was like, it's just a coincidence. He's eventually going to fly off somewhere else. But then when we're sitting there, I almost took the camera out and filmed him. But I knew I wasn't going to stay that long because, well, mosquitoes started laying in and shit. It's starting to get overgrown at the wealthy spot. The grass is starting to get tall. The ferns are getting tall and shit. And you can tell that it's kind of a neglected trail now. It's not like it used to be. There's still people that go there and fish and shit. But it's not like it used to be where, everything's trampled down and, things are maintained and shit. Nothing's maintained. Nobody cares about the spot no more, it seems like. There's just a few diehard people that even go back there. And I just like discovered it on this level over the last, 4 or 5 months, 6 months, going there on this level where it's like we go there and hang out with the Lord by the river because, well, it's kind of a solitary place, because everybody's been there and done that, and the people who do walk through and they see you, they don't really fuck with you. They don't try to get all up in your life and shit. A lot of them won't even say anything to you. So I did get that out of this. I got a lot stronger. And I got to where, you know, I'm hoping for this thing to work out good. Because, well, somebody that doesn't want to be with me, go be gone. You know, for real, that's what I meant with that. Oh, that's better to you than me? Well, by all means, yeah, that's for you, you know? That's where you at. Go, you know? That's how I want to be about it. I want it to be like, well, you know, I'm so engaged in what I got going. I can't even, you know, I can't even be concerned with that shit, you know? You see? And it would be nice if God could do something where he could keep me and all the animals together, you know, so that it's like they don't lose any quality of, you know, the human energy directed at them. You know what I'm saying? You know, because a lot of it from Lisa dissipated when she started directing her affection towards who she's with now. Because when she was with me, well, the affection that she didn't feel for me, she could direct it to animals and other guys, you know, whatever, homeless people, you know. And so, like, God utilized that for the animals and for the few homeless people that we've helped, because we have helped a few homeless people throughout our time together. And it's like, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. It's about time for the video to end. It is though, because I'm not going to go beyond this 20 minutes. I could sit here and talk to you guys all day. You know, y'all, my fam, and my spirit fam, my real family, my real support here. You know, those who are really rooting for me. You see, you're really rooting for the real God. You really want to see the real God come through. You want to see, you know, him put someone in my life that, you know, they won't wane from the spiritual. You know, they can be satisfied with what I can do for them physically, sexually, you know, because, well, I can do more than what I can do. You see, there's sex toys, and there's other dudes, you know, there's all kinds of stuff you have access to with a guy like me that you don't have when you hook up with somebody and, well, oh, you're in love and you're faithful and you're monogamous, you know, all that fake shit that you don't even really feel in this day and age. It's all fake, fairy tale love, fakeness. And you find out, you feel it for someone else, they ain't reciprocating it. They're off with someone else smoking crack or some other shit, you know, they're doing some fucked up shit under the guise of something innocent. Oh, they're just gonna go do this. Yeah, of all the people, you're gonna do it with that person. That person doesn't even do that kind of shit. Yeah, that person doesn't have a license to do that kind of shit. So they don't do it. You know, they'd already have, you know, they would have already been doing it. You see, it's only they're gonna do it with you. Well, you see, then you see ruses start getting played back on people, and it's like, wow. And you can't say shit. Wouldn't do you no good to say shit. I've learned that when people say shit to me, I'm like, ah, you're full of shit, not Lisa. No goddamn way. Lisa, no. Her sister, maybe, but not her. You know, I was like, no, you find out, hey, wow. You know? And it's like, it kind of is like the table getting prepared for me in the presence of my enemy's mentality, you know, I think is what God's doing. He's doing a weird thing where it's like, okay, now you're getting to see, you know, and you're getting to see, you know, how crushed, you know, it can make somebody. It's going to make somebody, you know, it's like what their future crush is going to be. It's like the crush that you endured, the constant crush. But it's going to be a bigger, more devastating crush, you see. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's sad, and you can't do shit about it except for let it play out. That thing you can't do nothing about. That's something I can't do nothing about by hooking up with somebody else. I can't do nothing about that energy. But the other energy, you know, that's, you know, like the karmic, you know, you reap what you sow, reciprocity energy. I can totally just destroy that, and God can too, with the introduction of the woman that is supposed to be here this month. Okay? Because then, bam, it's what was meant to be. Instead of, oh, you know, you got to come in here and destroy shit. It's like, no, you got to come here and take what wasn't supposed to be at the Alamo so that they could win.